We back in this motherfucker. Oh, why did I start off like that? I don't even know what I was doing. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's rewatching. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. Trot Wham on Twitter. Who-Bangin Sports Talk. Back at it again. It's only right, episode 1. And this is supposed to be a members only episode. And this is a show that we're going to talk about everything that's going on for that day, live bets, things that's going on. We are 5 minutes away from the UFC fight night kicking off. And then also we're going to be talking about the NBA. Come on, man. It's a lot of things going on right now. The NBA is king, even though we're deep dive underway with the baseball season. NBA offseason has been underway for the last few weeks now, seems like it. But it officially started a few days ago. And a lot of movement, a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to get to. First off today, the boy Dame running from the grind now. That boy Dame running from the grind, bro. Made the trade request right after his homeboy, Jeremy Grant. Shout out to Jeremy Grant and shout out to Clutch as well. Clutch, you know what I'm saying? Rich Paul and all them to give you up. For getting that 160? He got a big bag, dog. 5-year deal. Jeremy Grant got locked all the way in, dog. Shout out to that. Now, that being said, we all expected that, you know, maybe Dame is okay with it, maybe he's not, but I mean, for the most part, I don't think that excuse me. I don't think that we were, you know, all hiding on Jeremy Grant even when he got signed. I don't think we were all going all crazy with that. But so the Jeremy Grant trade, let me just confirm here because that was a big deal, dude. And honestly, like when the news came out now, so it's $160 million 5-year deal. And again, following that, that's when your boy Dame comes out and say, yeah, man, it's time to run for the grind. Get me out here, and then preferably, I'm trying to go to South Beach. Damn. South Beach, Dame? What's up with that, bro? I get it, though. A culture. They just came from the finals without damn near, you know, with a whole lot of undrafted players who got paid this year. Shout out to Strus. Shout out to Gabe Vincent. But you thinking about, like, what Dame brought to this NBA so far, how his shot making, you know, his ability to get to the cup, his ability to get to the line, and honestly to get others involved. One of the things that I think that has been kind of slept on is his distribution as far as what he's been able to do in that weak-ass Portland Trailblazers team as far as getting those guys involved, keeping everybody upbeat. And the offense has been still solid. I mean, the defense sucks, but what Timberwolves defense sucks. But that neither here nor there. So Dame is out. He's going to be gone. The next domino that I thought that was pretty huge, and it was one of the first ones, it was Bill going to the Suns. Now, this one, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really moved by Bill going to the Suns, bro, because we all know they had offense, right? Like, we knew they had offense already. So, like, they got better on offense. My problem here is obviously what we've seen in the playoffs. Their depth. They don't have anybody on their depth, on their bench. And honestly, I don't really care too much for how everything is. And let's start off with this. 4 minutes in, there's nothing concrete yet. All these lineups and everything is still being done. Everybody's still working. Guys are still getting signed as we speak. Just recently, right now, Austin Reeves just got re-signed with the Lakers. Lakers kind of got their stuff situated. We'll talk about that. But, I mean, right now, we can't all the way lock in on our expectations on what it is. So I'm not making any future bets in this show. But we will give off our original initial thoughts of what these roster changes, coaches changes, things of that nature. So we could talk about Dame, but once we go into the Bill stuff, it's a little bit dynamics that's going on because obviously they got Bill, made the trade to get him, and then they already don't. They necessarily are still working on their roster, so that's for sure a fact. But they got it already locked in with Ayton, you know, with those guys. You know what I'm saying? So it is one of those things. It's like you got Bill in, you got the guys with KD, you got KD, you got Booker, and as funny as that is, the first thing that this boy Bill want to say is this book country. Like, bruh, like, look, dog, you Come on, man. You could do that, bro, but we all know you're gonna be the third wheel, but come on, bro. We need you to act like the two at least. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's whatever. I don't care. I don't think this is gonna move too much, but obviously the offense is gonna be high powered. They're gonna be shooting out the gym, and they're gonna be able to get to whatever spot they want. Now, both all those guys are super skilled, super talented. They're going to be able to get whatever spot they want. Now, spot the defense, obviously, is going to be able to make or break this team long term. But through the regular season, I think we should expect them to have really good success. So I expect the Suns to be successful. Obviously, they got the new coach and all that. So we'll see what's going on from there. New owner and all that shit. Typically, the NBA kind of starts to bless them, and you've seen it already. New coach, new players, stuff like that. So, yeah. Now that we got the Dame talk out, because he's pretty much one of the huge dominoes, but another big domino for me is this James Harden situation. So James Harden opted into his last year on his contract, but he's doing that knowing that he doesn't want to be there anymore. So they're going to possibly trade him. They don't want to leave that money out there. And I think wherever he's going to go, he's going to get a re-sign. I honestly, I don't know if we're going to be locked in on the now. Prior to the James Harden opting in and everything, he was really closely linked to the Rockets, of course. But since then, the Rockets did make a huge splash in getting Fred VanVleet, and that was a huge deal, just as much as the bigger deal than the fucking Jeremy Grant deal, because he got a 3-year deal that's worth $130 million. Now, I did hear reports that there are some team options associated with this deal, which is a good move for the Rockets if that's the case, because I mean, a small guard. I know he says all the good stuff about defense, but a small guard in this league, bro, it's only going to get you so far. I just don't want to. I wouldn't want to put all my eggs in one basket, I would say. So Fred VanVleet is definitely a good pickup, a definite upgrade. Definitely is going to be good for the culture out there. That boy's out there doing some weird ass pause shit. I ain't really cool with it. You feel me? The Jalen Green shit. We ain't got to talk about that, but they need somebody out there. So they need somebody that with that type of, attitude that's gonna be kind of like, straight to the shit. Come here to work, a grinder like Fred VanVleet definitely is. So shout out to FVV. We definitely happy the bro got his bag and doing his thing, did it up right there. So Fred VanVleet, James Harden. I don't know if that's gonna be. It could still happen. I'm not sure, but a lot of the things that I'm hearing, as far as what I'm seeing here on online and stuff, is pretty much is that the 76ers and Portland may be trying to work something out, and maybe a 3-team deal situation with Miami, Portland, and 76ers, something of that nature. So I'm not sure if that's the case or if that's going to work, but we will catch that out. Shout out to my guy, Nasty Nate, Mr. Trifecta. It's always love, man. Appreciate you, bro, for being up in here. This is very spontaneous of a stream. I missed everybody, you know what I'm saying? I miss doing this shit. So yeah, man, and now that UFC just start,
we've got to have money.
We gotta get to this money, man, and it's only right that we start breaking down some of those fights later on. So first few fights, I'm not going to really touch too much on. So let's get cracking on here. Finish off this offseason recap so far of what the offseason recap. We will again do a full offseason preview for every team, every division. All the over-unders, we give out opinions on all that, give out official picks once we do make those bets. So right now, again, I don't want to be premature and making really crazy assumptions, but I will say things that are intriguing me is obviously the Lakers to win the championship. I mean, I'll talk about them a little bit more. I also do like the Memphis Grizzlies to win the championship. As strange as that sounds, obviously we're going to talk about them a little bit more as well. And believe it or not, it's got to be Miami too, man. I mean, if they get Dame and be able to figure out somehow, some way, just by just trading Tyler Hero or maybe Duncan Robinson or some shit like that and being able to retain Bam, and I think that'll just be a rock solid ass deal right there for them. So interested to see that. Again, I'm not locking in anything as far as future bets, but those are the teams that I am looking at. I do think there is some value on the Golden State Warriors. And if you want to look deep into the bag, I think you can find some value in the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the Milwaukee Bucks definitely, one of the things I think that we're going to see is within these 3 teams, the Bucks, the Bucks, the Lakers, and the Nuggets, is that everyone else is making changes. Those three teams that I just mentioned, they all kind of staying the same, along with the Kings. The Kings are kind of the same core as well. So, the Kings, the Cavs as well. Cavs did a really good thing. Let's jump into that. Cavs low key won, in my opinion. Obviously, the Lakers, I think they did better in the offseason, but the Cavs sneakily are winning here. And the reason why is because they have very similar shortcomings over the past few seasons. They had no wing depth. They were stuck with Stevens. They were relying on him. They were relying on Okoro. They just didn't have the guys to fit the role. Now, what we did see from Max Strus throughout the year, throughout certain times, he is one of those kind of inconsistent players, but I will say that he still fits the mold and fits the need that they need at that wing position as far as defense and shot making. He's definitely an upgrade out of Okoro and Stevens on the shot making side because he could get those attempts there. And again, you're thinking about who's giving him open looks on the Heat rather than who's getting them open looks now on the Cavs. It's only an upgrade, in my opinion, because now you got ball dominant guards that have high IQ like Darius Garland. And it's going to be able to get you those opportunities to get a lot better shots than he was getting in Miami. So even though they had a great scheme, and I think Spoelstra is probably one of the best coaches still in the league right now, I just believe that now you seeing that the Cavs are kind of plugging in those pieces that they need. Now, I won't say that JB Bickerstaff got to get it done this year, but this is one of those years that you definitely need to show improvement. And if you don't, I wouldn't be surprised the way this carousel of coaches has been. I wouldn't be surprised if JB is gone, bro, because they got really short attention span, bro, with a lot of these coaches. It's crazy as hell that sounds, but, and right now we just cooking, man. We just cooking, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just giving out opinions, giving out, what we think is going to happen. So, again, I think the Cavs did right by just adding Strus, not necessarily needing to do too much after that. So, I do like the moves that they are making. And, again, everything is not finalized for everybody. There's still some free agents available. And let's talk about the ones that are the best available. I think right now, the best available free agent as far as points per game wise, it's going to be Kelly Oubre, who has, I think he's being linked to the Cavs. So that is an interesting thing. So again, I said the Cavs they're not done, but this is another field that they do need another fucking wing player. And you're getting Kelly Oubre, who's averaging 20 points. You do want to fit that. You can get Kelly Oubre. I heard a lot of stuff about that. If you get Kelly Oubre, that's fucking fire right there. Another one, and I'm not surprised about the layup boy being left on the board here in Christian Wood, but that's another one that's still available right now. I'm not sure. Let me double check. Let me hit my refresh, make sure ain't nothing happening because there are still deals being done. Shout out to LaMelo, just got the $260 million damn deal. Shout out to LaMelo. Mo Wagner got a 2-year deal with Orlando, and that is pretty much the notable shit. We ain't got to mention all that other shit. Yeah, that's what we're doing right there with that. I believe the Cavs aren't done, and they may get Kelly Oubre, and if they do that, they might be able to beat the Lakers. I think they maybe exceed the Lakers just a little bit in offseason if they get Kelly Oubre. I just think that that's just a slam fucking dunk add-on again to a guy. I mean, Kelly Oubre is getting looks. He's creating for himself and all that good shit. But again, like having LaMelo and Darius Garland, it's not that much of a crazy trade-off. So you're going to get another high IQ ball dominant guard that's going to be able to get you the ball there. So shout out if that pulls off. I know it hasn't happened yet, but I've seen a lot of reports kind of linking those two there. So Kelly Oubre, if that gets done with the Cavs, that's a W. So let's talk about the Lakers, man. Fuck it. Oh, no. Before we talk about the Lakers, let's talk about the Grind City, Grit and Grind, or what they call them now, Guns and Roses, because they got Derrick Rose. They got the boy Ja Wick. And, another thing about this team for me, as far as the Memphis Grizzlies, is that we know that they have this looming 25-game suspension for Ja Morant. And now that we got that, we are over that now, actually. It's all jokes. It's all jokes from here on out about Ja Wick, right? Now that that's over, we know what type of team this Memphis Grizzlies really is. Now, we do know what happened last year. And once they lost Steven Adams, it kind of went poof. And honestly, they lost a lot of depth as well. Guys like Brandon Clark being out, and also Zaire Williamson, another a good player that was getting a good development underway. So I was like, you probably getting those guys. You getting those guys back, right? And then you already know your team is good, really good without Ja Morant. When he's not in the lineup, they are still good enough to beat any team in the NBA. So for 25 games, my thought process is let us get to 20, what about 17 to 18 wins, 17 to 20 wins? 17 to 20 wins in a 25 game span, that is crazy. But I believe they could do it. And if they could do that, it's the reason why I say I want to take a shot with them in the win the championship. And that may be that is the biggest underdog to win a championship. I feel like they have the best shot too, because again, like those 3 or 4 or 5 teams that we talked about that kind of had the same cohesiveness, like if the Lakers, Bucks, Denver, similar to this Memphis Grizzly team, but they did add veterans. So they didn't add a lot of young pieces. They may be without Dylan Brooks, but we already know that's a W. Big W's for Dylan Brooks not being there. You know what I'm saying? Say no more. Shame on him. But at that point, and that's another person that's linked to the Houston Rockets. I heard. But yeah, so Dylan Brooks being gone, I don't really think that's bad. I mean, yeah, he was a good defensive player, but where's the additions that we're adding in? Oh, we just got a trade for Marcus Smart, the former defensive player of the year, and we just got the defensive, and our guy Jared Jackson Jr. just got defensive player of the year. So we kind of got a little bit better because now we got the ball dominant guard that could replace Ja for the little time, because we did miss out on Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones is going to be gone. That's a huge loss. But again, I think that the depth is still going to be creeping up because they made adjustments to get Marcus Smart, and I like the Derrick Rose pickup. Derrick Rose, he will get some burn, I believe, in those first 25 games. I'm not sure what his role is going to be, so I don't want to jump the gun there. He can have a good role. He can have a big role, especially within those first 25 games. I don't want to jump the gun, but I think this team can win 17 games in the first 25 games. So that gives me a chance that I think they're going to go over their season win total. And I think they got a good shot of winning the division and winning the West. And if that's the case, they could possibly win the whole get out. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, wouldn't nothing sound even better than a redemption story than you just come out here and win and beating everybody ass, dunking on everybody, going crazy, doing everything that you were doing, added on top of last year. So one thing I liked about Ja development last year is that he started to distribute the ball, became more of a pass first guard, even though he still was a combo guard. I think that, it's only going to go up from there. So shout out to them. They're going to do their thing. Grit and grind season next year. I think they're going to have one of the best defense in the league. And obviously, it's hard to play out there in a big M. So shout out to the M's, you know what I'm saying, out there. It is what it is. So Lakers, man, come on. Took me, 18 minutes to talk about them? 18 minutes to talk about them. Right now, we got the UFC shit going on. So shout out to that. But let's talk about the Lakers, man. Let's talk about the Lakers. All right. Let's talk about the Lakers. Now, I'll start off like this. The way we went out last year, getting swept in the Western Conference Finals, that was terrible, bro. Let me make sure I fix my shit. That was terrible, bro. That was fucking terrible. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I feel like we have like the motivation of last year. I think last year we came into a weird place. We had the Russell Westbrook stuff still looming over us. Not uncertain what Rob was doing. I was calling for his job at that time. It was just looking pretty stupid. I mean, a lot of stuff that we were doing at the time, stupid. But all that's fair and done because, once the trade, since Russell Westbrook, post Russell Westbrook, Lakers been awesome. Obviously, we got swept in the East Western Conference Finals, but let's be honest, no one expected us to even get out the first round. Get out the play-in, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all was talking about us not getting out the play-in, man. Shut up, bro. Shut the fuck up, actually. God damn.
Wrong.
Y'all was damn wrong. Hell no. Get out the plan. Come on, man.
Wrong.
Okay, so yeah, so we got out the plan. We beat the champs and the Warriors, and we got to the Western Conference Finals. Got smacked up by Jokic. One of the things that the Lakers needed the most in that run was definitely consistent shot making, which we were getting from Rui, we were getting from Reeves, but down the stretch we weren't getting consistent shot making, and we didn't have any depth down low for the bigs. I mean, we had Mo Bamba being on our injury, like praying he gets in there and do something. Like we were down bad at the big spot. So this offseason, that was obviously one of the things that we wanted to address as far as being at as far as upgrades. But we did have guys that are restricted free agents, and things of that nature. Priority was to reboot and regroup everybody and get everybody cohesion back together. That was our problem within the last few years. We weren't able to keep everybody on the same page because we kept fucking with the lineups, and lineups was changing as far as every night, but the players were changing as well, roles were changing and things of that nature. So now that we got to this point where we're re-signing players like Austin Reeves, which was just reported, we just reported as well. D'Angelo Russell just re-signed as well with us. So D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, they run it back. We also get Gabe Vincent. That was a big one. 3-year, 11 million a year, 33 million. Shout out to Rob Pelinka for that. That was a good fucking pickup. Gabe Vincent, the whole playoff run was looking like he was getting paid, bro. Getting paid, big bread, looking good. I was just, yeah, he gonna go somewhere. But they about to pay him, so wherever he goes, he's gonna get paid. Now he's coming off the bench for the Lakers, doing that. I mean, that's definitely the shot making that the Lakers needed. And also they needed somebody that could get to the bucket. I mean, his role went crazy. He didn't play like that as much in the regular season, I want to say, as far as the Heat. But his role changed dramatically. Obviously, you have no Tyler Hero. You got hobbled Kyle Lowry. You got to have this guy do most of the ball handling duties. And he did a damn show job. 5 20-point games in the playoffs. Again, for an undrafted player, shout out to him. So Gabe Vincent was somebody that we added. We also re-signed Rui Hachimura, who was pretty much like the golden gate to us winning last year. Obviously, the two ones that I think that are being slept on, and then maybe it's not because Jackson Hayes has just happened, so a lot of people haven't really added that in there. But let's start off with Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes was a problem person in this in his leagues from the jump. Starting off rough, rocky, had issues with the police, all type of crazy shit that he just off course shit, just random shit that he was just getting involved with that was just out of pocket. So, there were some things as well with the team. I think he had some disgruntled moments within the team as well. Having little issues with Willie Green, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think he was a problem, but there was moments that, you can't play his ass because he's just like, he's just out there pouting and shit. So he definitely is young. One of the youngest bigs that was left on the market. It was the youngest big, I want to say, that was still left on the market before we signed him. But I like Jackson Hayes because we get him on a 2-year deal. And I believe the second year is a team option, if I'm not mistaken. But we get him on a 2-year deal. It's like a prove it deal almost, but it's really like, if you can't do this, you ain't about to be in the league. And that's one thing about the Lakers, as sad as it is, we really be kicking boys out the league, dog. Like, they get to their shot here and they get up out of here. Kendrick Nunn and shit. It's all bad. So I think Jackson Hayes is going to be a great addition because obviously we needed 6 fouls. We got those 6 fouls from Dwight Howard in the bubble. We needed those 6 fouls this year in the playoffs. Lakers were very competitive in that series with the Denver Nuggets. It's just that we just couldn't close the deal, couldn't finish it off. And I think that's just going to be one of the biggest things. And shout out to Joe Hill. He did say this, man. Derrick Rose going back to Memphis where he played college basketball. That is tight. That is tight. I didn't think about that. You are right on that, bro. That is tight. Shout out to Memphis, man. And so EDD just ruled out. I think we all knew that Elena Delle was not going to play. She looked really hurt last time. So shout out to that. The Lakers, man, they get Jackson Hayes, I like the addition. Young, big, coming off the bench for AD. Love that. And then you get Torian Prince. Sneaky pickup, bro. Sneaky pickup. Come on, man. Shout out to Clutch.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time.
What? Shout out to Clutch Sports, man. Torian Prince, bro. That's a good pickup, man. We needed shot making. We needed wing depth. We got that, bro. We already got Jared Vanderbilt. We already have uh, D'Angelo Russell. Then we add in another former Timberwolves and Torian Prince. I just love this pickup, bro. I think that Torian Prince gonna play like a Reggie Bullock type of role for us with this Lakers team. Mostly like threes and just shooting and D. You know, no homo. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. So I like the Lakers pickup. I think they're obviously right now number one in off-season moves as far as what they've been able to do. Retaining Austin Reeves, retaining D'Angelo Russell, retaining Rui Hachimura, while also adding three key veteran players. And I say veteran, a little higher for Vincent and Torian Prince, a lot lower for Jackson Hayes. But for sure, those three guys are definitely veterans, and they are going to be contributors into this scheme that Darvin Ham is going to hold up. So the thing that I do like about the Lakers, along with having that cohesion at coach first, second year, be able to come with the coach, offseason, all that good stuff. Got guys we are developing as well. We didn't even talk about the draft picks that we picked up and guys that are coming back, like Max Christie, that's shown that he's getting a little bit bigger, a little bit formed, always had the shot. And he's another wing that, we definitely need, especially if you think about the future for the Lakers, being able to sign guys like Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, and I just went Lizank right there, bro. Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, and damn, I just went blank. And Austin Reeves and things of that nature. Lakers kind of got a core now. Like we actually got a young core. So I love it. I love it. So there it is. There, I think the Lakers are going to be pretty damn good in the regular season and in the playoffs. Obviously, we're going to be built for the playoffs. The main thing is obviously the same thing. It's going to be AD being healthy. So if AD's healthy, we're going to be playing really well. And obviously, we're going to definitely need the rim protection and just, again, the fouls from fucking Jackson Hayes. Hopefully, it brings the intensity on the rebounding side, too. So I love the fact that we have him now that we got another guy similar to like JaVale McGee. I think he's going to play more like a role like JaVale McGee, playing a lot of defense, being that rim runner, lob threat that we haven't had at all. So I like the lob threat. I like the fact that he's young and we can invest in him early. And again, he's still like a project. I see somebody post that out on Twitter. He's still like a project, but if you think about what we're getting for him, Torian Prince, him, like those guys are really cheap at this spot. And then you got a lot of upside. So you don't got a plan, bro. You could just fucking, figure it out from there. And we run small ball lineup, which we don't need to do, but that's what we don't want. But I think that it's going to work out for us. So shout out to him. Shout out to the Lakers. Shout out to Rob Pelinka doing his shit, man. I also want to talk about another team that I think that really did well, man. I think the Kings did pretty solid too. Now there's gonna be some type of pushback here, I guess. And we're gonna talk about Boston too. We're gonna talk about them in a minute, but I like Harrison Barnes getting extended. It's obviously a favorable contract. He's on that side out of the thing, but let's go into the Kings here, man. So they don't have that many guys on free agency. It's only Harrison Barnes. But what I do like about them is that they don't mess up. They don't mess up. You feel what I'm saying? Like they didn't do nothing out of the crazy. Like they didn't do nothing crazy. They just re-signed a player and they got guys coming back. Now we know what type of time they were on last year. They're really good on the offensive side, playing really high tempo, scoring at will. They won the Pacific Division. You know, caught everybody off guard, but I honestly thought they're going to be good, and that's the reason why I kind of still got that idea of them being good as well. You know, you want to sleep on them because the division got better, right? So the division got better. CP3 on the Warriors. As far as the they only got rid of Jordan Poole. I mean, so, And you know, the boy Bill is on Booker County, Booker Country and shit. So, and obviously the Lakers. So, and I think the Clippers are going to be a little bit better as well. So, if you know health provides it. So, I like this Kings. I think the Pacific Division is definitely going to be the best division. The worst. They're going to be the best division in the NBA for sure. Again, like they were last year, but it's going to be kind of like obvious. Everyone's going to see that. So yeah, I mean the Kings. I actually like the Kings, and that's based off of them not really doing too much, just keeping their guys there. Another guys that I mean, another a team that I feel like ain't did too much of shit that needed to do something. It's the New York Knicks. So now that the James Harden stuff is there, maybe Dame possibilities to go to the Knicks as well. You know, opting in with Josh Hart, they did just trade Obi Toppin. Kind of gives me an idea that they are maybe thinking of making a big move here. So there is a potential. Actually, we've got just reports here. Chris Ainge just reported there is a potential Portland Miami deal for Dame Little that would mostly certainly include involvement of a third team. So again, I think that's what we're talking about with James Harden. James Harden with Dame. That 3-team thing, maybe something right there. Shout out to John Platt. So man, you already know, bro. Appreciate you, my boy.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time.
Shout out to you, my boy. Shout out to you. You already know. It's always love, man. We out here doing it up. Doing it up, man. We getting it cracking. We out here doing this shit, man. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's watching this. We doing it right, quick, real quick, off the top. You know, not too much notes and shit like that. We don't gotta do all that. All right, so yeah, man, that was that for that team. As far as the Knicks, man, like, you know, I honestly just can't call it. I honestly cannot call it, bro. I think they need to do something. They need to do something quick. So maybe they need to just pull the plug and get James Harden somehow, some way, or figure that shit out and become that third team. You know, with some of the picks that they just recently got. So maybe that's the case. But they did just trade Obi Toppin. I did see that. They just trade Obi Toppin. Let me go back to that. Oh, sheesh. Okay, yeah. So they finalized the trade to send Obi Toppin for 2 future second-round picks from the Pacers. Shout out to the Pacers, though. So the Pacers, let's go into that. Since they just made that trade, the Pacers sneakily getting it done as well. Tyrese Halliburton got the extension, got paid. Benedict Mathurin, one of the best rookies last year. He's going to go crazy. Bruce Brown getting paid and doing his own thing. But shout out to Bruce Brown, the starting wing for them, and a great wing at that, playing really good defense at every stink that he played. Got the championship. Was a key point of them being able to run Aaron Gordon strictly on guys, not having to have him rotate or roll around on defense. Having a guy like Bruce Brown helped them a tremendous a lot. So I think he's going to do the same thing for the Pacers, a team that we know didn't have a lick of defense at all last year. So that's going to help them a lot. And I think Obi Toppin is going to help them on that side of the ball as well. He's not a known crazy defensive player, but just his activity, his length, and his activity, like as far as his athleticism, going to allow him to play a lot better on the defense than the guys that they had. You know what I'm saying? And then they got Miles Turner as well. So they got Miles Turner, they got Obi Toppin, Bruce Brown, Benedict Mathurin, and Tyrese Halliburton as there's those first starters. But I ain't gonna lie, this offense don't look as good as it did last year. Now, obviously, it is Buddy Hield and all that good stuff. They still got all that, but you know, we're gonna see how it works. I think they are going to play a little bit better than they did last year. I think they are going to be better. So shout out to the Pacers. I do like the move that they did make. Now, we did talk a little bit about Houston Rockets. We did mention about Ime Udoka being there as well. And I kind of want to skip away from that. But Ime Udoka is going to be a good segue for this next team we're going to talk about. And I want to talk about the Houston Rockets shortly because now that Steven Silas is out, you get the incompetence out of the way. You know, the crying at the podium, no offense, you feel me? But, you know, all that shit, you get a motherfucker coming in there talking shit. Ime Udoka talking shit. If you come in here bullshit, he gonna call that shit out. One thing I loved about bro when he was on the Celtics, calling them boys out like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he damn sure gonna call Jalen Green or Paul's ass out. He definitely gonna be calling out Christopher and all these other boys as far as KPJ and all that stuff too. So yeah, we gonna segue that to the Celtics though. So the Celtics, they made the first splash, I think. I think that was the first, that was like the first splash. I think that was the first splash, right? Yeah, I think so. So Kristaps Porzingis trade, the trade that sent Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies in the 3-team deal, and Tyrus Jones to the Wizards. Shout out to the Wizards too. They did that thing. Kristaps Porzingis helps them out here. So Boston, I mean, we know that Boston don't have a point guard, bro. So this is interesting too, because man, they could use Dame somehow, some way. I mean, we've been hearing a lot of rumors about some of these boys possibly getting traded. And did Jalen Brown get that re-signed? Did he get that extension yet? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston make a move too, man. Boston is another sneaky team that they're pretty high favorites to win a championship next year. And I think a lot of that has to do with what they haven't done yet. I don't think it's all Kristaps Porzingis though. I think it's about what they expect them to have available to them. And I mean, if we're talking about, let me see here. If we're talking about players, Kristaps Porzingis definitely is an upgrade. I'm not gonna say upgrade from Marcus Smart, but defensively, I wouldn't say you're getting a drop off in Porzingis, but you're not getting a drop off. You're just getting one guy that plays a different type of defensive style. So he's going to definitely help him out with the rim protection that they hella needed last year. They couldn't guard nothing down low, so they definitely needed that. But maybe take a little bit backseat with the wing defense there. But they still got some guys there. So and again, another team that I don't expect to be done here, but having Kristaps Porzingis in that trade, also getting the 25th pick in next year's draft, and next year's first pick from the Warriors for Marcus Smart. I mean, that's a W there for sure. It's top 4 protected though, so but most likely it ain't gonna be top 4. I don't think the Warriors falling off that far either. So I think that pick is gonna be like, maybe it's still gonna be a lottery. I think that pick is gonna be a lottery pick too. So the Celtics actually came out on top with that. Even though I did mention earlier that I think that they got a chance to win a championship again. I haven't knocked these bets out for the Warriors, but you know, they're really close to like either being really good or really, really bad. Though I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna be really good or really bad. So we're gonna see that. But yeah, so yeah, that's the. I mean, the Celtics didn't. They really didn't do too much so far. Obviously, that's a big ass trade right there. Of course, that's a huge trade, and we talked about it. But like, I'm not necessarily thinking that they improved what they were like what was the problems last year? Like the problematic problems that the motherfuckers can't dribble, dog. Like you got Marcus Smart being a point guard. Like we got to get a guard in here. We got to get somebody that can actually get the balls up. So I would have loved for them to get like somebody like Tyrus Jones. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the trade that they did to get Porzingis had him involved in it, so they couldn't get that off. But dude, you imagine like they'll ever figure it out? But yeah, never there. Never neither here nor there. Okay, but yeah, I like the Celtics opportunities next year. I think they're going to be a pretty good team, but I'm not sure if they're going to be the top team in the East. I don't think that at all. I don't even think they're going to win their division, depending on what happens with the Philadelphia situation, because we are hearing that they're not extending Tyrese Maxey. They're obviously going to trade James Harden, and everything's going to be centered around Embiid. So they're losing shooters as well, but I do like the Anthony Melton is still there. So we're going to have to figure that out all the way with the 76ers. Still a lot of uncertainty there, so can't really make too much can't make too much or talk too much about it there. So yeah, man. So I'm fucking with this stream, man. If y'all fucking with it, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. I think this episode is only right, episode 1, for the reason of we got to get back to the swing of this shit, and then we're gonna be talking about UFC, MLB. We're gonna be talking about NFL. This will be the NFL show. I think. I think this will be the NFL show. And I move my damn mic. I think this will be the NFL show, but I haven't made that decision all the way yet. So we still are working in on all that. But it's only right will be a recurring thing on Saturdays and Sundays. I will be doing one tomorrow live talking about NBA breakdowns, maybe recapping the UFC event from today, and finishing up the fantasy. I mean, we got a lot of free agency shit to talk about, and also I'm going to give out some daily fantasy picks this year as well. We're going to be tracking those. Starting off with I think we're going to start off with a $300 to $400 bankroll. Start off there, and we're gonna do daily fantasy. See if we can get that bad boy up to like 20,000, some shit like that. So we'll see how we get it done, man. It's gonna be dope. I can't wait for this year. This shit's gonna be cool. WNBA is still underway. I ain't really the WNBA player, but we do have somebody here on Who-Bangin Sports Talk that does WNBA. One of the best at doing WNBA. My brother Teese. Shout out to Teese. Shout out to my other brothers that do WNBA. You Capper. YC, shout out to my boy Ski Prophet, Chris B. Capper, you know what I'm saying? All my brothers that's out there doing it up, you know what I'm saying, in WNBA. I definitely appreciate y'all. I was at the Aces game not too long ago. Dope ass fucking event, bro. Shout out to the Aces, bro. All right, so but for the most part, bro, it's kind of how I feel about I feel about this off season. But now that we're talking about that, we right here. It's heavyweight action right now. So this fight, shout out to my boy, shout out to my guy, Clint and Yanni Giovanni. Shout out to Yanni Giovanni as well. Great MMA capper. Work for Wager Talk. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio for having that video there. I was able to check in with them. And they had a good indication that this fight can go under because both of these fighters have been rocking the over. One of these guys is going to decision on every fight. My boy look out of shape like a motherfucker though. Romanov look out of shape like a motherfucker right here. Right now he's live 6. Mine's 1200 here. We're on the third round, and this shit definitely went the distance. That's crazy. This shit definitely went over the 2.5. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I got some actually. I got some plays that I low key want to hop in on this, and I want to fuck with Kevin Lee, man. Kevin Lee, that one starts in like 2 hours. I want to fuck with Kevin Lee, plus money, underdog. I like this motherfucker, man. I like this, and I don't like making bets by people I like. That's out. I ain't making money doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie though. I like Kevin Lee, bro. I like Kevin Lee. And right now we talking about UFC, you know what I'm saying? Just in case y'all figure like, well, this is a crazy segue right there, but we got the UFC live action on right now. Yeah, man, I'm just up in this motherfucker, bro. Getting it cracking. Honestly, I was gonna do a live stream, music stream today, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just do a regular joint. We could do a live stream one tomorrow, though, actually. Matter of fact, that's what we will do. Since we talked too much about basketball, we'll bring the live stream shit tomorrow. Live music stream tomorrow. I kind of hope Romanov get knocked out here, man. But my boy Ivanov, he weak. This boy weak. He ain't doing it. My boy clinch game sucks. What a weak ass fight though, because I honestly was talking and I looked up. I thought it was just started again. It's third round. This shit over with. Yeah, that shit done. Man, that over was hella juice too for a heavyweight fight. That's crazy. So I really believe like there was a lot of value with that under, but heavyweight fights, Market UFC market is so sharp, dog. But the thing is that it's a fight. It's a fight still, so you only got to pick the winner, man. Ain't really that much capping involved. Just pick the winner. So shout out to them. Shout out to that decision up. Off pretty much won. That's what it is. It's not a big ass UFC card either though. This UFC card ain't that damn tight. No big names. Sean Strickland ain't no big name. I do think Grant Dawson. So this is crazy how this line is moving for this Grant Dawson fight. Grant they pretty much was pick him, right? Now Demir like minus 120, minus 125 favorite. I was just explaining, like when I watched those shows with Yanni and Clint, one thing they talked about in that last show was, you know, how to respect this market, bro. Especially with the type of action that it takes. You definitely got to respect the market of the UFC, man. It's only fucking right, bro. Don't want to overdo it either. But this is a good telltale sign that, man, maybe Demir is the play here, and we need to get in on it. I want to do some referencing here as well. This is where you cap the capper. This is where you cap the capper, bro. This is where you cap the capper, bro. So I gotta go to a few different guys that I fuck with. Shout out to MMA Locker Room. Shout out to my boy. My boy be doing it up. All the good interviews. Shout out to my boy MMA Locker Room. I think I just seen him do interview as well. Not too long ago. So shout out to my guy. And then and you know what? They probably actually are on stream right now, probably in their shit. Yeah, Christian Wood is still available, man. That motherfucker ain't going nowhere. Christian Wood, Dylan Brooks. Yeah, they got them boys still available, man. What's up with Tyler Hero, man? He got him trending right now because obviously they ready to trade his ass out of there. Oh, they trying to keep Caleb Martin. That makes sense. Shout out to that. Yeah, man. I fuck with this stream though for sure. I fuck with this stream for sure, but I might end this shit. I gotta bust some moves. But this shit was dope though, man. I definitely think that I'm gonna do a lot more. It's only right. This is the first episode. And I believe that we could do more of these too, because it ain't really necessarily got to be talking about too much shit, man. Yeah, I got some shit going on. I got some shit going on in the background for sure. That shit is going crazy. I hear that shit going crazy. That shit going crazy. But yeah, man. So I ain't gonna leave that too much with y'all. I thought I was gonna make this Demir. It's smoking off. It's I hope I said that right. It's smoking off. Yeah. Demir is smoking off. The co-main event. I was gonna make that official. And I think I might make that official. I think that is definitely let me that's what I was gonna do. I was cross referencing. How many people agrees with me? Who agree? Who agree with me, man? Shout out to my guy Clint. Shout out to the MMA Locker Room. Shout out to my guy Clint. My guy Clint agrees with me. He took that. Shout out to Clint. I'm gonna retweet his shit. And he's on Kevin Lee too. So I knew I wasn't. I watched that and I liked Kevin Lee already. I think I do like Kevin Lee, but I think the best bet for me right now is gonna be Demir. So we're gonna knock that one in right motherfucking now. Let's get to this. Money line play. I like this play a lot, actually. So there's a few different things that I want to. I think this fight definitely goes the distance. So do we go? Do we go by decision? So we could do. We could do Demir. That's what we'll do. Demir Ismaganov. I'm gonna spell it out for y'all. By TKO, DQ, or KO or decision at minus 105. I love the value in this. So if it's a submission, we gonna be looking bad. But listen, and I'm gonna pull it up right here. UFC, man. I'm gonna show y'all the reason why I like this shit. So he's got a 24-2 record. He's had decisions in his last, I believe, five. It was pretty much all of his fights so far. All of his fights so far have came in decision. So we actually want the decision. But the fact that we don't want to isolate the decision, we can add the knockout. I don't think he's gonna give us a. I don't think he's gonna give us a. He's either gonna give us some type of power here. You know, we had that knockout, but I think this is gonna go to decision. It's gonna be more of a mental fight. Um, Two guys that are possibly going to be trying to, you know what I'm saying? There is a gap here though too, and a reach for Demir. So let me make sure I write this motherfucking name out right, dog. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. So if y'all in here right now, man, yes, we are giving out a motherfucking UFC play by TKO, KO, EQ, or decision. All right. So it's minus 105 available here at Bovada. I'm going to lock that one in right now. That's the play right there for me. I'm just going to stick to Demir, man. Think he's going to win by decision. I think that is the play, but the fact that we could get a little bit better odds. It's funny though. We get a little bit better odds by adding that. So let's rock with that. Let me double check here too. Let me see if I can cross. Let me line shop here real quick. Let me see here. My apologies, y'all, for having a crazy moment right here. I definitely like this shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, so if we could do that. We could do the decision there too. Now I'm starting to get a little I do like that now. If I could get plus money. I think the TK. I think that having the TKO and the KO added on there, it's just I think that's gonna be a good. I think that makes it a better EV bet in my opinion. Just because even though he hasn't knocked out anybody and he's mostly decision, like it's all decision. I think the market is telling us if there is some type of decision made, he might get the benefit of the doubt just based off of his history. You dig? Like, not saying that Grant is not not saying that Grant is not a solid ass fighter, bro. But you know what I'm saying? His shit come out by KO submission. He got all different types of shit. But the thing about bro is I honestly, man, it's so crazy. He has so many close fights. He has so many close fights that I've seen. And the last two of his fights, bro, both came in submission in the last round. Just gassing his fucking opponents and shit. He ain't gonna be able to do that shit. We're gonna double check. We're gonna double back on this one. Maybe I don't make this official here right now. I did put that in though. I put that in already. We got that locked in though. So fuck it. We on that shit. It's over with. We on that shit. Minus 105. I'm gonna take that. But at the same time, well, I already took it. But at the same time, I might not get this out. I might not get this out to y'all. I ain't gonna get that out to y'all. I look, he kind of talk about stuff off, even though I already locked it in. Kind of talk about stuff off of that fast. I love this shit though. I love this shit. Shout out to Demir. I like that look, and shout out to my guy Clint. Definitely got the idea from how they were breaking it down based off of the market move, and I like the market moving in his favor as well. I take that shit first. I take that shit serious. Damian Jones straight to the cast, nothing really there. You know what I'm saying? We say Damian. I'm like, oh, Damian Lillard? No, it's Damian Jones. Come on, man. All right, so yeah, that is fuck it, we gonna get that shit out. Or a decision. Minus 105. I got it, man. It's locked in. I'm rocking with the squad. I'm rocking with the squad, bro. I'm rocking with the squad. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't as confident as I'm not as confident as I was coming into it when I made this shit. But I ain't gonna lie though. I like the fact that the line is moving in my boy's favor and how they broke that down, along with all of his fights come in decision. All of Demir's fights come in the decision. He's won majority of his fights in the UFC. It's on a cold tear, 24-2. It's a good shot of getting to the top of the lightweight division for sure. Along with Grant, both of them have good opportunities here, but I think he takes it over. Slightly older, not that much older, but slightly older. I think he gets it done. So, shout out to Demir. It's Marganoff by TKO, KO, DQ, or decision -105. We're gonna take that shit to the bank, man. You know why, bro? Because it's only right.
We've got to have money.
And that being said, man, we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. I appreciate everybody that's watching. 56 minutes. 56 minutes by myself is not long, you know what I'm saying? I could do longer than that, but we're gonna get up out of here, man. It's only right. Episode 1. We gave it out to Demir Ismagulov by TKO, DQ, KO, or decision. Co-main event of the UFC Fight Night card coming on later on the night. So lock in that with me if you fucking with it. If you're not, you know what I'm saying? You heard my breakdown. I'm a little on the back. I'm a little back and forth too on it, but I like this pick a lot. He hasn't had a finish really, but we're going to add the finish just based off the activity. And I think that the decision is probably inevitable. That's most likely the outcome here. So if you want to isolate the decision, I'm not mad at you. I just think that we're going to get a little bit plus EV if we add the TKO, DQ, and all that good shit. So shout out to Demir. Shout out to that. Getting that cash from there. Shout out to the stream as well. We will be doing, again, a full offseason breakdown today. We were just talking about what happened on the offseason so far. Really didn't get into many other coaching changes and stuff like that. So shout out to y'all, man. We definitely gonna end off with this shit up like this. And yeah, man, y'all already know. Appreciate y'all for fucking with it. Y'all already know what it is. Try win on Twitter. Who-Bangin Sports. We out.